Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis Cohen.
Hey y'all, Janis Cohen here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. So happy to have you this week. Let me ask you a question. I love questions. Y'all know I love questions. If you were to say your worst fear out loud, truly the one that cuts the deepest for you, what would it be? Sure, we all fear losing ones we love. I know I do. I have. And that scares me a lot. What I'm talking about is really more for you personally. What's your deepest fear as far as you are concerned? And there isn't really a human being on this planet that doesn't fear things. So what's your biggest fear? Well, our ego is supremely talented at helping us find things to be scared about. And we become scared about pretty much anything when we don't believe we've got a locus of control and when we aren't certain of outcomes. And it's really a natural part of being human to fear the unknown. But if you've been listening to me for a while and also listening to other podcasters who have the intention to motivate, inspire, and uplift you with their content, then you have heard all of us speak most likely about the fear of failure. And it feels almost as if it's programmed within us to fear failure. Perhaps it is, so that we can learn to triumph over the things that seem hard and new. But what if I told you that the fear of failure has a deeper fear embedded in it? Could you tell me what the underlying fear of failure is? Truth is, the answer is the fear of not being good enough. Fearing failure is never about actually failing. Acts aren't what we fear. It's how we do and how we will feel about the act that freaks us out. Let me explain. So, when we fear failure because we determine that if we fail, we aren't good enough, worthy enough, or deserving enough, then you can easily overcome fear by doing one simple thing, right? Taking action, large or small. And remember, action creates clarity. And when you have clarity, you create certainty, and then you can easily make decisions from that place of certainty, right? So, is this making sense so far? Now, today's topic is about something far more sinister than fearing failure. And I wonder if you can guess what that is. Well, there's nothing more haunting for a human being, even if they are far along their spiritual path, than this one thing. And that thing that haunts us humans, and the thing that you should truly be terrified about, is having regrets. So why do regrets trump the fear of failure? I'm going to explain. See, you can change any thought you have, and that includes fearful thoughts, right? And you can transmute the fear of failure into a better thought and hold on to that, or you can simply take action and kick fear's ass to the curb, right? Right. So you can eliminate fear immediately through those two methods. Take action or change a thought that makes the fear seem less scary. But now regret, well, that's a difficult one to shift and eliminate. But why? Why do we have such deep difficulty eliminating regret from our lives? Well, in my opinion, it's because you can't change your past. And I've always said you can't wish for a better past because you can't change what has already happened. And that said, regret sticks around and permeates your life and your life force energy. It's like the slimy gift that keeps on giving. Only thing is, we don't really want to feel regretful. I know I surely don't. And you see, regret hangs on us like a layer of muck, that slime I was talking about. And we can't wipe it off until we change one thing. And that one thing is this: how we choose to see that thing that we regret. Now, how you see yourself determines how you see everything else, I hope you know. How you see your past life circumstances, meaning what's happened in your past life currently, determines how you see and move forward currently in the future, right? So, how you see your past determines how you see and move forward now and in the future. So, if regret exists in your life, which it does for everybody, by the way, then you've got to get a hold of the true meaning of your regret. Remember, before I was referencing that there was an underlying fear below the fear of failure. So this is what I'm trying to help you get at. And we get to that simply by looking back at what you experienced and the choices and decisions that you made during that time. And then, and here's the trick to eliminating regret, and this really works, y'all. It's not BS. The trick to eliminating regret are these things. Find out the lesson in the regret, the thing that you wish you had done differently or wish didn't happen. And then, here's a golden nugget: make new commitments to yourself about what you've learned, from what you've learned. Okay? Meaning, you decide to choose differently because you've decided new things about yourself. Okay, so here we go. You've understood yourself, where you were at the time you made the decision that you made, and you realize that you weren't as evolved as you are now, and that looking back, you can now decide differently for yourself because of your new knowledge. You do that, and regrets cease to exist. You literally eliminate the power they have over you. Period. End of story. So here's your homework, and here's how to do this. I want you to write down all of your regrets up until this moment. Maybe they're just big things. Maybe it's something small like I ate an extra cookie, or I failed to make a payment on my credit card, or I lied to someone, right? Whatever it is, write them all down because only you know them. Then look at who you were then when you made those decisions and took those actions, knowing that you weren't as equipped to deal with those types of situations then as you are now. And next, I want you to look at what decisions you can make now that you weren't capable of making then because you're wiser and you're more evolved now. And then make a commitment with those new decisions in mind and simply move forward, knowing that you will not allow yourself to have regrets about those things anymore. You're deciding something different and you're taking a new action. And it doesn't matter what it is. Something you said that you regret, something you wish you had said or done that you didn't, or something that you look back on and say, oh my God, how could I possibly invited this experience into my life in the past? Why me? And if you go beyond the why me and you go, why not me? I invited it in for a reason. Let me look at what happened. Let me look at how I showed up for myself. And do I like it or not? And if not, okay, well, let me look at what happened. And if that situation were to happen now, how would I show up for myself differently? So, if you follow these steps, I promise you'll be crossing off all of the regrets off your list once and for all. New commitments X out any regrets or unfinished or incomplete experiences. I've talked about incomplete experiences a lot, but this really hits home for it. We aren't meant to live in our feelings, and we are not meant to live with regrets. We're meant to notice these things and become better because of them. So whatever is hanging around for you still that you wish had been different, It is time to make peace with those things. And the only way to make peace with those regrets is to identify who you were then compared to who you are now, get clear on the lesson, and then make decisions and new commitments to do things differently when a similar situation shows up. Trust me, this works. Now, go write your list, everything. Write everything down and do the homework, these steps to eliminate them. If you are not able to eliminate certain ones, then you haven't really uncovered the lessons and you're focused on the negativity rather than what you can learn. Maybe in a conversation with somebody else, you say, hey, you know what? This happened to me and I still regret the hell out of it. I still feel X, Y, and Z about it. Well, there you go. Look at those feelings and say, gosh, why would I feel ashamed? Why would I feel embarrassed? Why would I feel stupid? You look at that and find the belief under that, because at that point you believed what? You feel ashamed because you say to yourself, I'm better than that. Why did I stoop so low? So when you say I'm better than that, if you put these steps in place, you say, okay, I never want to be that person again. I never want to experience that again. Therefore, this is how I'm going to show up next time. I choose to do this. I choose not to do this, right? So write your list, then do the work to eliminate them, because it's time to set yourself fucking free. Isn't it? It's time to be free. And the closer to freedom that you get comes with every single decision to do things better and right for you. That is in alignment with your values that you have on the highest rung and who you know you are and want to become. Do the work. This shit works. I wish you a blessed day, a wonderful week, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend. And be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.